What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day, Nerd Culture. This is a show about games, films, TV, and whatever else you can find interesting. I'll get it right eventually. Today, Paul's back. I got you out of your corner playing Crash.
Yeah.
Had to break the TV though to get you by.
And you also caught me at the very end of my cold, so thank God.
Yes. Well, you've recovered. Because if you haven't, you wouldn't be here. I might be kicking you back to the curb. You can start playing Crash again. How's that 105% playthrough going?
We are not doing too bad. The relics can be tough.
Yes.
It's not even that it's tough to complete them. It's just like with the water cycles, you're just like, please don't die, and you're just trying to. You just gotta go fast, and you just gotta be careful not to die.
I've done that way. I've got bad memories trying to 105% that game. It's horrible. You hit massive brick walls all the time.
Absolutely.
In your case, you literally hit massive brick walls.
Yeah, literally. It took me one of them 45 minutes or something. It's gas.
So, first off, we're going to have our news segment. I don't have a name for it. We're going to stick with it. We have one news story because I didn't research anything else, and everything else I found just bored me. Star Wars Episode 8 has a new title.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think everyone's going a bit too mental about it.
Oh, people were analysing it to death. They were even like, what's the colour of the font? It's only been used this time and this time.
That was more interesting than I don't know. I think too much speculation. That's just the internet nowadays, though. Too much speculation.
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting title. People are talking about it. That's good. Changing the font color. That's good. People are talking about it. I'm happy that people are talking about Star Wars, and that, you know what I mean. I would like to have seen a trailer with that appear at the end. Even if it's a teaser, the real 3-second teasers.
Yeah.
I would like 3-second teaser, then that at the end.
Yeah,
may have been a bit better, because sometimes when you just see a Twitter photo or whatever, and you're just kind of like, ugh, and you don't hear the music behind it. Sometimes when you hear the music behind it, it really sets off the mood.
See, I feel like if they actually done a trailer, whatever music they have behind would then just show what kind of tone. Like, it was like Imperial March kind of style. Like this is going to be the dark film.
Yeah, true, but then you can also trick people but it's the atmosphere of the music that really sets everything off. It's like when you do talk about Star Wars, it's that John Williams score that really sets it off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, I know you shouldn't watch any movie like this, but if you just turn the volume off in a Star Wars film, like a Katana scene or the Katina scene, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like it's. That scene is not the same without the
yeah, it does do all the feeling.
You know what I mean? Like if that was just bar sounds, it just wouldn't be.
So, I don't know if someone from college actually pointed out that they've done the new title in the same styles, the names in between Star Wars. So if you align it with Force Awakens, it forms the Force Awakens, The Last Jedi.
Okay.
So you have a sentence being formed, saying they're gonna finish the sentence of episode 9, they're gonna just screw it up. I would just throw something random in the middle and see what happens.
I really doubt it's random. I'd say when they first started making these stories, the titles were one of the first things they made, because how episode 1 is somewhat bad? How good is the Phantom Menace as a name?
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good.
You know what I mean? Like Revenge
title.
of the Sith. Even though the Clone Wars is, in my personal opinion, the worst of the films, the Clone Wars, it's still a class name.
It's Attack of the Clones.
The
Clone Wars is a TV show behind it.
But Attack of the Clone, that's still a class name. They all have very good names for very particular reasons.
Yeah, definitely. Not much else going on when it comes to news. It's very mediocre, or some stuff I don't care. Trump's raising taxes in America, so games going to be more expensive. Yeah. But that's more political, which kind of more go with my other podcast series. If you want to go listen to that, watch it. Should not be watched, should be listened. Damn you, YouTube. Jeez. Always want to be put up videos up there. So we're going to move to the main topic here, and Paul finally gets his time. Rant about Civil War.
Yeah, no, Civil War, for the most part, is
the film.
nice thing to watch. It's nice to watch.
Which one, the American, the Irish Civil War?
I don't think anyone enjoys either of those.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I stole that from somewhere.
That's a good joke there. No, obviously, Captain America Civil War came out earlier this year.
Last year, we're in 2017.
Oh, we are.
Awfully 2017 since it's out last year.
And it got pretty good review.
Finn's also here, giving us a hand.
Aye.
Yeah, as he pointed out, I have a catchphrase. Yeah, actually, Finn is people, and people actually exist. So yeah, Finn pointed out that I actually have a catchphrase for some reason. It's whenever I use awfully. How do you actually spell that? How would you?
W.
No. See, I was thinking, I'm pronouncing like awfully like the county, like awfully.
Awfully.
But spelling that like awfully the county, I'm like, what? Why are you putting that in a sentence? It won't make sense.
No. Especially when you're spelling it like awfully.
Yeah, it's awful with an ly at the end. It's awfully.
Awfully. That's a word.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I didn't know that was a word. It doesn't sound like a word.
You use it often enough.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know, just one day I just said it randomly, going like, alright, I'll stick with it. But I didn't think it was an actual word. I was just like, it's like something that we use to name a county for some reason.
That's fair. No, so yeah, we're just here to
Yeah, back to the actual topic.
We're having
So-
a bit of a conversation piece about Civil War, whereas I think visually it's lovely to watch. It's okay. I find the story is actually like kind of tricks you into it being good. And I use this kind of phrase a lot in certain kind of TV shows where they'll give you certain plot points, and depending on what happens at certain points at the plot points, you don't really think about them, and then the moment's gone too quickly. So
Yeah.
I'll be using a lot of points from the Civil War comics. Now, I don't want this movie to be like the comics. One, I know there's like
Too much going on.
There's too much going on. There's too many characters. You don't own all the identities of all the characters
Yeah.
due to the mix-up. That's fine. It's just certain. I'm just giving examples from the comics in which
Also-
enforces these points.
Also, the comics had the extra facet of mutants, born with powers.
Sure. Yeah.
Your
absolutely.
legislation people who don't have the
Yeah.
ability
like
to
stop
say,
being-
okay, I won't be a superhero anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's
also with the X-Men as well, is that X-Men also had their own problems with being mutants, and they were seen as like a second class or third class citizen, where they were already fighting that, and then they were also being lumped in with the superhero crowd.
Actually, on a side note, I'd love to see like Marvel one day when it finally owns properties again. Like when it comes to actually like for Infinity War, it's like it's a big fight, just randomly like they get all the they throw out all their extra characters, just no explanation behind it. Gone, they're just there.
Yeah.
and then they're
Nothing else to be
gone,
done.
all dead. You're never going to see them again for a while to like time gem back to change it all.
So yeah. So basically, anyway, so I'm going to throw up some plot points which I kind of felt that they kind of just let people down on, and one of the major ones, which is kind of an umbrella of all this, is that like, why should I ever be Team Captain America? Because I find that when you read through the comics, the kind of one of the big major events which never is seen in the comics in the movie is that villains are also a part of this registration act, and villains also take a side.
Yeah.
And due to this, there's a lot of conflict within the comics, which I won't go into because there will be some mild spoilers in both, naturally, or probably major spoilers. But in like most comics, you can spoil stuff, and there's so much kind of within
You
the
don't
comic.
need to look towards Finn. It's okay. Also, it's going to be like horrible, and you just like going left and right and all this.
I'm
And, like
on
the
a
audio
speed
level's
chair,
going to
it's
go up.
okay.
And, the audio
Oh,
level's
I
going to go up and down. Going like, oh God, Paul, why are you doing this to me again?
Very good. But in the comics anyway, there's so much that you might miss things, or it's not worse. Where in the movie there's going to be more major spoilers, in my opinion.
So, do you want to go through from where you just don't like it to where it ends?
Yeah, I'll just go from I have a list here of things, and then you guys can kind of maybe throw up some stuff that maybe you think would be fair.
Yeah.
So, first one is that like one of the major reasons why the Avengers are kind of this is brought about is because in the country that they're in, which is Wakanda, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah. So there ends up being an incident with Crossbones due to like a certain chemical being stolen, and due to Wanda, it was a mistake. They didn't think Crossbones would basically self-detonate the chemical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's about the effects of the repercussions on the Avengers. Okay.
Yep.
Now, one of my major problems is that why aren't the Avengers ever held against their repercussions?
Yeah.
Sure, they pay for everything or whatever. That makes sense, of course, but they should also be, what's their process of bringing new people, their training, how they're handled when something goes wrong, all these kind of situations. Like naturally, in the comics, the Avengers are way more untouchable than they are. Like they do get everything perfect. Nothing ever goes wrong. Like they are amazing. But like, are you telling me that they didn't know Crossbones, this mental guy who's going to steal, wouldn't just self-detonate the bomb on himself instead of, you know, getting away?
Yeah.
I think that's something they should have 100% thought about. So when they are trying to attach him to this government, sure, I can understand you don't want them being a part of the government, but ultimately, you can't just let these people out in the world being able to exist doing whatever they want when they have ultimately failed. What they said they were going to do, they didn't do.
I think there is an important note can be made where
Absolutely, yes.
a lot of the time, you know, Captain America's their, you know, tactician, strategist, whatever, whatever you want to call him, and I feel as though ordinarily that's the kind of thing that he would have factored in and probably did factor in. But there's a telling moment in the movie just before that where Crossbones mentions Bucky, and Cap becomes distracted,
Exactly.
which allows him to detonate the bomb.
I knew there was a bit where he does become distracted. Thank you for bringing that up. And yeah, so I'm like, I'm not trying to like rob that point, but that is kind of what I'm saying, is that like that would be fine. Captain America would allow to have a moment slip when he could be brought in to a HR type deal, obviously not HR, but and be kind of like, what happened? How did this happen? How can we stop this?
I think maybe he should go into human resource some stage. At some stage, but like his problem with Bucky isn't the best. And like he brings in, you put him down in a chair, going, "So Cap, what's wrong?" So I don't want to talk about it. Like, come on, Cap, you have to talk about Bucky. It's like, don't say his name.
Absolutely, and that's one of the major problems with this, is that the Avengers don't look up because they are the highest order.
Yeah.
And now compared to what they did in the comics, where one, the event that happens is such a heavier gravity, which is, I can understand why they didn't go with this, is that it's a young troupe of kind of young superhero team who are doing a reality TV show. Okay? And then one of the villains is actually not a villain. He is just a mutant who can't control his power.
Yeah.
Physically blows up, that's his mutant power, and blows up as kid's school bus, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was like a kid's school.
Or a kid's school. Now, tragic.
Yeah.
Cool. Not cool, obviously. Tragic. A massive, mess by that kind of that young team.
Yep.
And also the fact that it was caught on camera because it was a reality TV show. Not affected by the Avengers. Okay.
Yep.
Sure, the Avengers brought on more superheroes, but that's not their fault for protecting the world. So now these kind of rights, these kind of bills and all these laws that are coming in, now they're taxing the Avengers when it wasn't the Avengers' fault. There you go. That's a point for Captain America, in my opinion. I can get behind that. But I can't get behind when it actually is your fault and people are asking for you to be under some sort of regime.
Yeah.
That must make sense. Another thing that leads on to me about this is when Wanda is asked to stay at home.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's Wanda's kind of, sure, she does save people. I'm not saying she doesn't. She kind of like throws the bomb up into the air and it blows off half a skyscraper or something. That's
it takes out a bit of a building.
yeah, exactly. That's on her. I mean, not her fault. No one's going to blame her. But I do think she needs a cool-off time, like a suspended time. It's like, obviously, you don't want to ever relate this to something in real life, but imagine in a real police force and someone accidentally, injures a innocent in the line of duty. No one thinks that that's his fault, but he probably would be asked, you need to take some time out. You need to make sure you're okay. We need to make sure everyone's okay. And you're asked to take some maybe suspended leave or something like that. And she goes directly against that order.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it's about the public representation that the Avengers are safe.
Yeah.
But that is now not true. Because in the comics, no one necessarily thought it was the Avengers' fault. So there was a good divide between, no, the Avengers are different. They're the higher order. Where in the movie, no, it is just on them. And you're allowing this girl who no one knows her abilities, like she can just move things with her mind. Like I wouldn't want that on my streets personally. You know what I mean? So I just found that it's just kind of some of these points where you're just kind of like, where am I meant to be on Captain America's side here? Like all these points make perfect sense to me. Yeah. Bring this Bill of Rights in so that we can kind of make sure the Avengers aren't going crazy.
I don't think at least the crux of the bill, as General Ross puts it in the movie, is more about their deployment and not so much sanctions against the team for mistakes like that, which I think is Cap's Steve's main point. His main argument is that, well, what if, take the event Age of Ultron, Sokovia?
Yeah.
What if something's happening in Sokovia and the UN or whatever governing body the Avengers are under decide, you know what, we don't care about them. We're not going to deploy you. Then you're weighing up, well,
So
the
that is
loss
true.
of life
Oh.
because of inaction.
100%. But see, the thing is that ultimately they're still the Avengers.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows Tony Stark, he doesn't play by the rules.
That
And
is
the
true.
idea of this act is to go for people's safety, that we are going to we are going to keep these guys in check. You know, if they do something wrong, we're going to wrap their hands. We're going to give their hands a slap. But ultimately, I do not see Tony Stark not just going, yeah, there's a back door and we're going to walk out it and we're going to save the world like we always do. So now I'm going to move into kind of this is like the thing that really annoys me about this movie. And I understand why it's in the movie, because this is a Captain America movie. And it's perfectly fine, but it's what I have written down as the Bucky effect. Captain America can't seem, and Dan has a good point about this, so he might bring it up, but Captain America can't seem to live his life without Bucky.
Yeah.
True, he's his best friend. I have best friends and I wouldn't want to live without them.
Yeah.
But I'll let you just say your quick word on that.
Yeah, I kind of view it as, since Cap is like a man out of his time, where frozen in like during World War II and then reawakening like in the current day, like Bucky is like his only connection back to like when it was life, like Peggy Carter, is that her name?
Yes.
She passed away, like that character died in Civil War, so now Bucky is his only like living connection to when he was a kid, back to when he was growing up, to like back to when he actually fully understood the world. So it's also kind of like the unique situation, because if you want to get like really in depth, there's no telling like what kind of psychological damage they could do to a person. Usually take them out of like what they knew of the world, throw them in 70 years later and just tell them there's one guy left that you know, but he's homicidal essentially.
Yeah,
and so you kind of like, well, I don't care how bad he is, he's all I've got at the moment, and I need to make sure he stays alive for my own sanity nearly.
And I don't even think it's take him out of time, bring him 70 years in the future. That's Steve. That's Steve in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
When he gets to the front doing his war bonds thing,
Yeah.
and he finds out that Bucky's division has been captured, he rushes in. He
Yeah.
goes to save Bucky. That's a character, not flaw. It's a characterization.
Well, it's his character trait where he'll always go
I
in
think
and try and
it's
protect.
even more basic than just taking him out of time.
Yeah. Well, but now I think it's really reinforced where.
And it's
Like-
reinforced by the time,
Yeah,
maybe.
because like for World War II, even like after the war, he's had family to go to and like others, and he kind of grew connected to Bucky and all the ones that was helping out. But now, when he was brought to Modern Era, it's like kind of reinforced where Bucky is all he has left now, and like
Yeah, especially as you mentioned with Peggy's death.
yeah, you are right though, where he's so blinded by trying to save Bucky, he just refuses to accept anything else.
Yeah, and it's just a bit irritating because you're trying to watch it and like the kind of it's not a fair comparison, but Captain America is kind of seen as the kind of he's like one of the main Marvel superheroes. He's kind of the poster boy. Like he definitely would have been. Maybe not so much now in the modern era, but he's one of the valiant. It's kind of like him versus Superman in kind of the DC kind of world. Obviously,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is kind of,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
the same.
Not a
Popularity
competition.
It's
wise.
popularity and kind of their
Motivation.
true overall kind of, over everything. Like Superman is the last son of Krypton.
Yeah.
He will stop Jor-El though. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, he's like, you know what I mean. Bizarro is like his clone. Like he still deals with him effectively the way he needs to.
Yeah.
Depending on which comic it is. Sometimes Bizarro's good. Sometimes he's bad. Sometimes he's Bizarro. And so the thing that I always have a problem with these is that it's like, okay, you go out to stop Bucky, cool. Okay, you go out to try and contain him to make sure he's safe so he's not hurting people or he's not hurting himself. That's fine. But it just irritates me that when you're in a scene where they're in that stairwell
Yeah.
and they're running away,
Yeah.
Bucky throws a dude into the middle of the stairwell. That's murder. And he's not brainwashed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's trying to bring him in safely, and Captain America has to grab him and go, seriously, man? And I'm like, he just tried to kill someone. You're Captain America. He like what? That's a.
Well, we can even put down like I say you can even put down like Cap's devotion. Bucky's is like Cap's only flaw, because like taking Winter Soldier, like Bucky is going to kill Cap, Cap, and he still won't fight him.
I think it's different though when it's on himself.
True.
When he is it's like it's different when it's on him and he can contain it himself. But when Bucky is actively murdering people around him, not under the effects, because I will give Bucky the benefit of the doubt in the universe where brainwashing is so strong that you can convince anyone to do anything. I don't see in a world where you have the likes of Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, Bruce Banner, that you can't turn around to the higher ups in government and go, we want to bring him in, we want to isolate him, contain him, prove to you that he's been brainwashed in some fashion. Surely they can do that. That he doesn't have the same brain signals as everyone. And go, right, we're not gonna say he can't. We're not gonna say that he can't be like trialed or whatever. But we want a fair trial based on someone who's been brainwashed into doing acts of horrendous stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in a world though where that actually makes sense, and you're going to believe that in a world where there's Thor and the Hulk and and Wanda, where she just the Scarlet Witch. So. That's just one of those things that irritates me, where he just allows Bucky to get away with anything, and that's a point away from Captain, in my opinion. Because it's like how you're meant to be going. No, I'm standing up for people's rights. That's in the Civil War comics. It's about standing up for people and their anonymity and true. Where in this, it's like no, I want my friend to get away with the stuff he did. And it's like how childish is that?
See, the other way I could also think like. I am trying to be the devil's advocate here. So,
absolutely.
But,
the
other way now you could also view Bucky's actions, like staircase. You can even put it down as nearly in form of a PTSD. Because
true.
Because I think from the material beforehand, the book he has of all the notes is he writes down everything he ever learns in case it ever comes to a place where he forgets. Because every time that the Hydra mind control is meant to wipe his memory, I think every time. So he's essentially someone on comparisons dealing with someone with Alzheimer's. So he's in constant fear that one day he's going to be brought back in and he's going to forget everything he's ever known. And I think they're bringing back to reality as it is. I think there is examples of soldiers who come back from war who just can't come back and operate badly in certain situations.
It definitely is. Harkening back to the Winter Soldier, when Steve meets Falcon. What's the character's name?
I know the actor's name. I have no idea actually what the. I don't know.
When he meets Falcon, talking about coming back from the wars, and there's a thing he mentions about not being able to sleep because the bed's too soft. In Civil War, when you see. Bucky's room that he's staying in, it's just a mattress on the floor. Clearly he's suffering from PTSD, even though he's dressed as kind of how a lot of American media would portray a struggling veteran coming back from the war. And like you said, that was one thing. The bag that he punches it is filled with notebooks that any time when he remembered as he was a Hydra agent, he'd write little notes to himself and recalibrate himself to his
which is a good character trait for him, because it does, because sadly they are going to have to expand on his character, especially they do a lot of kind of metaphors and kind of throw forwards to the fact that he might eventually pick up the mantle of Captain America, or he might just end up being the Winter Soldier forever. That's cool, but it is just a bit too, I think, stuffed down your throat. And the fact that this kind of plot point follows through the whole point of the film is that I think he's always the thorn in Captain America's side when he's trying to make any good points. Because he's always running, he's always causing trouble. Whether or not he means to. And it's just kind of I think a lot of things would have just ended easier if they just brought him in and used the likes of Tony Stark's power and all those people's power to turn around and go, this lad has done some stuff, yes, but like the amount of stuff that Tony Stark has done in his movies, like just the amount of problems and causes, and they just get away with it. Like,
Did they ever mention, like, did Tony ever like mention actually the film, like, we'll bring him Bucky in and see, just like check his head, see
I
if
don't think
he is
it's
actually
ever
all right?
said, but I think that's almost a safe assumption to make that is probably what Cap would have wanted, or something similar. Like,
Yeah, 'cause, like,
he
that's-
wants to bring Bucky in to contain him as best he can.
Yeah, like, see, the problem I have, like, it nearly feels like everyone but Cap wants to bring in Bucky in to send him to jail, to bring him to justice. It feels no one else essentially says, like, the man's gone to hell, something isn't right. They all think he's done horrible things. He needs to be persecuted.
well, then again, this
I
is
can't think of any character that says anything either way on that side.
yeah, no, they don't. They keep it
I think
vague on
the
purpose.
It is very
closest
vague.
The closest would be Black Widow, because she kind of understands what he's going through
Yeah,
as a double agent.
yeah. But I've got, I don't know, just
we'll get to that double agent thing.
I don't know. It's just the vibe I get from everyone else, where they just want to put Bucky into a prison cell and just get away with him. Where Cap seems like we need to try and understand what's actually wrong with him.
But then again, technically, he should be put in a prison cell, and then you check him and do these things, because, like, you know what I mean. Ultimately, he has broken all the laws, and you know what I mean. And it's kind of like this kind of repercussions thing that I kind of mentioned about the Avengers. There does need to be checks. Now, you don't want your movie, 30 minutes of your movie, about them all sitting in like one of those kind of police rooms, and they have the tape on, and we're like, we're gonna ask you again, Captain, what happened to your mission? No one wants to listen to that, like, but there needs to be, in my head anyway, it just needs to be implied that, there, you know what I mean. It's like when Nick Fury was in charge of the Avengers. He was in charge of them. He did speak to higher people.
Yeah.
But it never stopped them from doing anything that they didn't want to do. But
Actually, it's great that you brought that up. That kind of is an example of the worst case scenario that Cap is fighting in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is, what if the higher power is Hydra?
true, yes.
Which has already happened once,
Yeah.
could happen again.
But it never stopped them from doing the things they needed,
That is true.
because
But that was,
because even when they were like, cool, just send the nukes, Nick Fury was like, no, I'm not going to let you do that, and they all tried their best attempt to stop it, because they wouldn't allow their virtues to.
Does that mean it was Hydra that wanted to nuke New York?
I don't know.
Actually, that remind backing up a bit, and then we can move on from the whole Bucky thing.
No, it's
see,
fine.
the biggest problem I have, like, the whole Sokovia Accords, like, General Ross comes in, like, you need to finally take responsibility for all the actions, Cap, and, like, he lifts off everything, going like, oh, like, New York, going like, well, Loki brainwashed some American Secret Service agents, stole technology the Americans had, and then you wanted to nuke New York.
See, this is the thing, though, is what I'm sorry, I know I'm cutting in, but this is the thing. This is the first time the Avengers have messed up.
Oh, you know, it is.
This is the one time he can go, you did this, and we are going to break it open to the press, because now they can turn the tables, because now it's been seen. The Avengers aren't seen as the heroes anymore. So they don't have that invincibility. So that's why you can side with the American, or the government, not the American, the government, from going like, now we have you, because they let themselves get.
Well, at the same time, you could say the same about General Ross. I don't remember which movie it is, but one of the MCU films.
Incredible Hulk is
the one
No,
he's in.
it's Incredible Hulk. That's got that. But there's a plot point. It must be one of the Phase 1 movies,
Sure.
and there's a little short, and I think it's the Blu-ray.
Okay.
And it's Nick Fury, or it's not Nick Fury, Coulson, acting under Nick Fury's orders to. The higher ups want Abomination to be on the Avengers.
Yeah.
And Nick Fury and Coulson are like, that's a terrible idea. If we're getting anyone, we're getting the Hulk.
Sure.
But Coulson is being sent by the higher ups to discuss it with Ross, and to get Ross to giving them Abomination. And then there's a scene where he's talking to the guy Cap saves in Winter Soldier, the bald guy with glasses on the ship. And he's like, we need someone that's going to infuriate Ross so much that he's just not going to give us Abomination. And I think scene cuts, and it's Tony walking into Ross's office.
That's brilliant.
So that's why Abomination isn't on the Avengers.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, No, it's always like actually the way like you point out was like the government's essentially gone like we finally have done. Is the other reason why I really side with Cap. Like he's trying to go against the whole administration side, going like we need to free that. The other thing I think you point out, I say we talked about before, is going like if this was reality, you'd need these documents there, obviously.
Yeah.
But we know Cap's character, but like even in the comics where Cap is meant to be the embodiment of good.
Yeah.
He's not the type of character to turn unless he's a Hydra agent for some reason. The new comics, but
That's magic or something.
but yeah, like the other. You pointed out like now the government have gone like, and that's the other reason why I kind of side with Caps. Like the government have been fucking up so many times, have done worse than the Avengers. And the Avengers screw up once, literally going like we can now pile everything on them and just walk away.
Yeah,
which is horrible.
My point would be, I think, strengthened more by if they did sign. So there's a really important scene where Tony Stark comes in. He's like, "Yeah, I've read over this. It's pretty standard. Like, and don't worry, we'll sign it now, and then we'll get them to write out a load of the stuff afterwards."
And Cap's just not having it.
No, but Cap doesn't even challenge it, and it's like, it just like that. It's kind of another point I'd say to Stark, where Stark's like, okay, this is crap,
Yeah.
but we'll get it changed. I mean, he's doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain
Also-
America's negligence is nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could also say that Tony's kind of acting under impulse as well because of the whole beginning of the movie when he's confronted by the mother of the MIT student killed in Segovia.
Yeah.
So neither of them are thinking with a clear head at that point in
Yeah.
time when this legislation is put in front of them.
I think also that scene is actually dampened by the fact that he gave, I think, around 120 PhD students their full
funding.
And then he's one woman comes with his one child. Naturally, horrible to hear, but he's after like spending millions and getting so many kids through PhD in Ireland is expensive. I can't imagine in America.
Yeah.
But just saying that, like, you're right, you're all on edge, but it's just like what I would have seen to really give me a point. So when I started watching this film, one of the things I did was like, right, I didn't have a physical sheet, but in my head I was like, right, I'm gonna like be neutral on the sides, and as the movie goes on, I'll be like, oh, tick here, tick there, like kind of, because I didn't want to be either side going into it naturally, because that's not the point, but I wanted to be able to understandably be a part of each side. You know what I mean? So I know that, like, if Iron Man was being stubborn here, well, like, why aren't you helping out, man? And then why Captain America? Sure, I knew Captain America would be stubborn.
Yeah.
But you can be stubborn and correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the points I would like to have seen there was, for me, it was a tick to Tony when he said, "We'll get a sign now and we'll change it later." Okay, cool. He's being active. He's read
thinking
it.
this through.
Yeah, he's thinking this through. If Cap had gone, yeah, sure, we'll take it, and then it went like a month later, and do this kind of maybe walking down a hall, like, can you remember that scene where Thor's walking and Loki's walking beside him, and he keeps changing into different people? Okay, so not changing into different people, but it's different seasons or whatever, and he's walking through, and it's like, have you got the changes done yet, Tony? Oh, I'm working on it. Have you got the oh no, I got another. It got pushed back. Have you got? And then it's like, okay, point for Cap, because Stark is not doing what he said he'd do. Now they're being tied down to this, and now they're not able to do what they want. And that way, now you're giving back more to Cap, and Cap is now actually, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna spin it a bit. We've talked about Cap and Bucky a bit.
Yeah. So
Black Panther.
Yeah, that's the next one.
So Black Panther is the main part of this because there's a scene on a motorway or an underground type thing, and everybody's running, and everybody's running really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 people in this running scene. There is Black Panther, there is Captain America, and there is Bucky.
Yeah.
2 of these people should be able to run as fast as they are meant to be running.
Yeah.
One of these people probably shouldn't. So Captain America is a genetically modified soldier, super soldier, who is super strong, super quick at analyzing things, that can run real fast. Black Panther has the embodiment of a panther in him. That's just what he is.
Okay.
And then
Spirit of Wakanda.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then Bucky is a dude with a metal arm. And as far as I'm aware, he does not have.
implied that he has.
I thought, like,
far as I'm
Hydra is
aware, he
version
is
of
not.
the Super Soldier Serum. I could have sworn that was implied in Winter Soldier.
Well, if that's implied in Winter Soldier, then this point is somewhat null and void. But they are all moving really quickly. They are moving faster than cars in a motorway.
Yeah.
And that's over. Like,
That's sweet when a Cap grabs the motorcycle and flicks it up and
yeah.
down.
Physics.
Oh yeah,
It's just-
makes no sense, but
Oh, I didn't like
looks awesome.
Black Panther just literally leaps and claws at the motorcycle
Yeah.
Bucky's on.
Yeah.
It's like, yep.
And he's like running and he jumps forwards.
Yeah.
So they're all moving at about 100 miles an
You ever
hour.
watch Naruto?
So they're all
Shit happens
moving.
all the time.
They're all moving at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Jumping, picking up stuff. Like, fair play to them. They must work out. That's a small thing. That's like a movie.
I think
thing.
they do the One Punch Man workout.
Oh, sure.
Was
yeah.
it like 100 push-ups
Yeah,
or
push-ups,
100 sit-ups and
100
10k runs a day? It's how you hit that stage.
So that's just a small thing. If Bucky it does have a serum, then that makes a bit more sense. But it was just like I always didn't I didn't know that, and I was just always kind of like, Bucky's moving real quick for a guy who's maybe just a guy.
See, I just ignore that. But I see, because of the whole find that went in Winter Soldier, I nearly assumed that like Bucky's physical prowess is on the same level as Cap.
If the cars were stationary in like gridlock traffic,
Yeah.
I would let it away 100%. It's the fact that they're outrunning cars.
moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In city centre, so they're
No, because it's in like this weird underground.
Isn't there like a whole lane just like with no cars in
Yeah.
it as well?
Yeah.
What like American
lane.
city has this?
Yeah, so-
in the middle of a
Is that not in
rail?
Europe?
Like,
Yeah, I think
That's-
it's.
oh yeah, I think they're in Germany.
Yeah, I
for
want
that
to say they're
scene.
in Germany.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's an autobahn, which makes it even worse.
Yeah,
because
actually,
there's a minimum. Like that means the cars are going very fast. I didn't want to say that just in case I was wrong. So
No,
it just that scene just kind of hurts my head when I think about it too long, and it's even hurting me more.
Yeah, actually, no, it is meant to be in Germany because they capture Bucky while I think the whole negotiations go on.
Shoot, yeah,
Yeah,
That's
which
a
is in
great scene.
Germany.
That's a great scene though, when they blow up half the building and and they don't know who's
another
okay. And,
another example of Black
One
Panther's
that could
power
have
to
moved the bomb
leap.
away from the
Yeah.
He
building.
leaps halfway across a hall to help his dad, and then gets flown back by an explosion.
Now, see, this is okay. Now, because, see, I don't think they pointed this out enough, but he does have the spirit of a panther.
Well,
And
maybe
panthers
they're-
can jump really far. I know they're keeping it, the
Yeah,
whole, maybe
for the film.
the kind of the pseudo origin story, because they probably don't want to go full origin story on it.
Is that next year, Black Panther film?
Yeah, I think it's 2017.
so.
I don't.
18.
It did get pushed. It did get,
2018.
oh yeah, we're in 17.
We're in 2017.
It did get pushed back because of Homecoming. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's
Actually-
actually out this year. Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, Spider-Man.
Yep. I'm actually airport scene is next.
All right, we're going to airport.
So, airport scene. This is the best scene in the movie by far.
I like it's like one of the best action set pieces. I
Yeah.
do really enjoy though the fight between just Iron Man, Bucky, and Cap. Like, just
Yeah.
take away the context of why. I just like
Oh,
the
okay.
whole point
Get rid of
of
the context,
like
it's perfectly
just
fine.
as an action scene, it works very. I really enjoy it.
No, I don't. It doesn't. As a visual scene, it works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Iron Man holds back.
Bucky.
I think Iron Man holds back too much, and like he doesn't get enough offense in my opinion, because he's wearing a suit that can,
Yeah.
like even when he's held up against the wall, he starts predicting Iron Man's movements. And I'm like, why didn't you use that earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll get
yeah,
we'll
back
come
to
back
that.
That's it.
yeah.
I've got a couple of things for that scene, but
No problem. So airport scene, awesome is what I have written down, because it is. Ant-Man, amazing.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
gas in this film.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to see the old. Like you don't need to see the old
I
Ant-Man film.
actually went into this about watching Ant-Man
and-
until it just works
I
great.
didn't want you to watch Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, we're back
That's
in
good.
This is great.
Yeah.
I'm shaking your hand too long.
yeah.
This is awesome.
Here, all right, throw this, Captain. Oh no! I thought it was a water truck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's some great moments. in
Paul
that.
Rudd is
Oh
fantastic.
man. And Spider-Man, great. The
Yeah, I say
humor's
like
on the nose.
yeah, it's the best pick they've had in Spidey. I know we haven't seen a lot of Tom Holland, but I think he's the best pick they could have done for a new Spider-Man.
Well, I think it would be really hard to put Tobey Maguire back into
Yeah.
it. He's a
He's far too old.
bit old.
I still have problems with him as a
I
Spider-Man, but
will
he's a
say
great Peter
one
Parker.
Yeah,
thing.
okay, I'll give you that,
I
yeah.
know that you don't like the whole, have you seen this really old movie? It's called Star Wars.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
like something
I'm
that
in-
Peter Parker wouldn't
Yeah,
say.
he's a nerd. It's no nerd would say that.
What's worse, I think, is Andrew Garfield not knowing what a capacitor is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
In
actually,
Amazing
that's even
Two.
You know,
worse.
it's like he doesn't know what a capacitor is, and then proceeds to build web shooters. You
Yeah.
know, like that's I
And
say more
he has to
complicated
go onto
tech.
YouTube and find like primary school
Yeah.
science to
Yeah.
figure out what a capacitor is.
Oh,
And like,
Oh,
yeah, and like, because
that's another Tobey Maguire never had to do anything like that.
Yeah, he
no,
didn't.
he
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have to like. You actually see like, oh, he's a college student. He actually,
Yeah.
he's learning. He's
Well, there is the funny kind of, and people hate this bit, but I find it funny when old people play high school students, because I thought it was amusing. There's that like 10-minute scene where he like punches your man, and you're just like, there's like, you know that there's no way he looks like a high school student, and you're just like, "Psh, psh, what are you doing, man? That doesn't make sense.
yeah.
All right,
Um,
so
I have another topic to bring up. I said Black Widow, really?
yeah.
Like,
Can we just actually go back a little bit?
Yeah, sorry, go on.
What I love about that airport scene is how I think I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to bring up Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, go on.
But
Oh, no.
they both came out very similar. They
did.
both got similar presences. In both cases, you don't want the title characters fighting. They're heroes.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Ideally, heroes shouldn't fight heroes.
I want Batman and Superman to fight.
With the start of that airport scene, this first half of the fight, it's kind of joyful.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's fun. It's enjoyable to watch. They're like Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch kind of get paired off. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a
They
fight
do- they
that
do
you
go back
shouldn't.
and
That's a
forth.
fight you shouldn't want to see. It's like these are like best friends.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the fight, it's like, so you're still going to come over on Sunday for
Yeah.
dinner? It's like, yeah. And it's like, yeah. And then there's like a kind of the line crosses coming up to this, when before Black Widow really shifts.
Yeah.
It's when Vision shows up, just the mood changes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like it's like a lead balloon. Just
Yeah.
everything comes down then.
Then
Which
it gets
I
pretty
love
serious.
that. That's when shit gets real.
Yeah. Then it gets pretty serious, and then Vision forgets how to vision.
Yeah,
Vision,
exactly.
yes.
So the Black Widow really thing, just pick anybody else.
Oh, no, and also the other thing, like, oh, everyone else gets thrown in jail except you, Black Widow. You're okay, even though you double crossed us. Oh, it's just
Yeah.
like Fake Leaves are all
Yeah.
like, she technically helps cops. Like, oh no, we won't send you to
And,
jail.
and it's not. It's
In
not
fairness, she's the one that you would have expected to be on
Oh, but it's
on
so-
Cap's
but-
side the whole time.
Yeah, but I was like, her double cross, it's too on the head.
it is,
It's
yeah.
too on the head.
But it's not even. It's not even that I find it too on it. I would just like to see another character get something else. Like give it to
Yeah.
someone else. Like
She's
you
the
know,
one that's got the most motivation to switch, I think.
I suppose the fact is that
Okay.
I always felt that she should have been with Captain America anyway.
Yeah.
So
which
I
is
just.
why I think she's the one that should
But I
switch.
felt it was always kind of haphazard from the start. Like it was nearly like she always like when she did eventually just swap. I was like, okay, cool. It's just okay, yeah. I didn't feel like it was a swap.
See, going to Vision wouldn't have done it. He's too focused on his own his own beliefs.
He's also-
Rhodey,
Yeah.
Rhodey, War Machine.
He wouldn't.
No,
He's-
that's his name. We forgot
Oh,
about his.
Rhodey.
No,
we
no,
found- no, we
Falcon.
found
We've got to
Falcon.
fuck. Damn it.
I know Chris
Rhodey-
Mackey's the actor. I don't remember the character's name.
Rhodey wouldn't have switched because he's too. He's there help.
Well,
helping
he's
Iron Man.
also
Yeah.
like an army dude.
Yeah.
So he believes in like order and you know what I mean, like the American way and like just the fact that he does believe in that system.
Tony obviously not.
gonna
And
switch.
imagine. You're right, Cap. I'm sorry.
no, you are right. Cap. Go out there and save the world.
Sorry,
Oh, hold them on.
lads. We're calling it off. I heard him wrong. I thought we were going. I just got it wrong, guys. I'm sorry. I got too much money in my ears.
Black Widow's the obvious one. Spider-Man could have actually worked. The problem is
So-
he's like being helped by Tony. He's kind of like he is helping him that, but like he does look up to Cap a lot.
Oh, you've got
in
that
final
great scene, and it's where are you
yeah,
from,
from
kid?
it's like Brooklyn and all that. Like he
Queens,
does
oh,
like
Queens,
he
Brooklyn.
but like Tony's kind of like he's set in his way like no, like he has to fight. Though you could have had like a good talk between back and forth, and like Spidey is like believes in Cap so much, going like maybe he is right.
Would that have been Spider-Man? Would that have been better or worse, since that's the Spider-Man role in the comics, isn't it?
Yeah, so the
He's
Spider-Man
one that
role,
switches.
but see the thing, the switch in the comics, and this is one of the
It's a
major
very
plot
different
points.
reason.
This is why Cap gets a point in the comics, is that Iron Man has a couple of stooges of the villains working, not for him, but they're rounding up people because they're putting them in the negative zone, which they also can't use, as a prison. Wait, the negative zone, right? That's not the DC one.
I think that
No,
is
no, I think
The DC is the Phantom Zone.
No,
So yeah,
Negative
the Negative
Zone,
Zone were
yeah.
correct, sorry. And I always get confused. Anyway, so he sends, I want to say, the Green Goblin and someone who isn't Doctor Doom, but someone who looks like Doctor Doom.
Doc Ock.
No.
I don't know who looks like Doctor Doom.
He doesn't know. I'm just trying to remember. Anyway, it's definitely got a Green Goblin. And he goes, retrieve him. I want him being, like, incarcerated.
Is this
or whatever.
Cap or?
No, this is Iron Man. Because
No, I mean, is this Iron Man saying Goblin after Cap?
no, after Spider-Man, because him and Spider-Man get into a fight over something. It's pretty intense, like, because Spider-Man gets a new suit and everything, and it's really cool. It's a Spider-Iron Man suit, and they have a falling out or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was after was it Goliath? I think like
Oh, yeah,
I've
Goliath.
actually
Yeah,
read the
Goliath, yeah, so
one
Goliath
that's,
dies through
Clone
via-
Tor
yeah.
kills Goliath, and like Peter Parker's really on edge now.
Yeah, and he's just like, okay, so he sends him. So the villains turn around and go, well, we're not going to bring him back in one piece, are we? And they're like, no. He's like, we're going into a fight. So they end up nearly killing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then Punisher brings back Spider-Man to Captain America. Captain America also gets a point because he won't take the Punisher. And you're like, okay, thank God he's not that crazy.
Well, just beforehand, he does kill two villains as well.
The Punisher.
Yeah, but before like Cap goes on his rants,
Yeah.
like if you take him on, then it's like why? There's no
Exactly, but he gets a point because he gets really desperate at some points. So there's a good give and take there. I like that. That's the flip. Spider-Man's the he's not really the double end is actually Hank Pym.
Okay.
Hank Pym. It's
Scott Lang.
No, it is Hank Pym because Scott Lang is
Current the Ant-Man in films.
but he's not. He wouldn't have been the Ant-Man in the time of the films or in the time of the comics.
So Hank Pym was the Ant-Man in comics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone changes. I think someone is like changing their form. Anyway, so yeah, basically they end up having a fight in the negative zone, and they it's a big massive flip reversed and blah blah blah. People who are being imprisoned are now not being imprisoned, and so that's the flip. Is one of the major flips is Spider-Man, and that was not like you didn't think that was going to happen, and then the fact that the villains try to kill Spider-Man, you're like, okay, that's a point for Cap because Iron Man was reckless in who he sent out, and he thought he could trust these people, which was stupid when you think about it.
In hindsight.
So that's why I think it just would have been better for someone else. Spider-Man, I don't think could have done it. Maybe he could have done it out of admiration, because that would make sense. And the fact I kind of felt the New York line was a bit cheesy.
That was great. I mean, it's in there for the New Yorkers.
Absolutely. So he could have been cool as kind of like, oh, but he's Captain America, how can I not side with him? Kind of the awe kind of following over him. Also, I need to point out one thing about Spider-Man. Someone just paid the guy who wrote "With great power comes great responsibility." Give him €1 million so that in every single Spider-Man iteration that's ever going to happen ever again, that we can just use that line.
No.
I hate watching and seeing actors try to replicate those words using crappier words.
So you know what? So you know when you have power and you don't
everyone
act,
knows that,
and then
We
people
don't
get
need it again.
hurt.
But
That's like in Ben Affleck's Batman having to watch Thomas and Martha die again. We know it happens.
Martha.
Hey man, you didn't watch it.
No, but I didn't also know either.
That is one thing I will give Batman vs Superman. I have never known Superman and Batman to have the same mother's name.
Which is actually, to be fair, this isn't like that's how many years you read
Exactly.
comics.
I even went. I went to actually see it with Tony, and I turned around to Tony. I was like, "Wait, what?" Like we were both in shock. Yeah, I genuinely thought they were.
But like the whole now I remember. I'm kind of glad that they didn't use "with great power comes great responsibility," but afterwards, kind of like I'm kind of annoyed you didn't say it.
I also get annoyed when they go into it, and I'm kind of like, because I get confused because they start talking this weird language, and you're like, what are you trying to say? Oh, they're trying to. Okay, fair enough. People need to do what they need to do, and they just gotta do it. Thanks,
No matter
Charlie
what.
Sheen, Dad.
I am actually I am glad that you don't have to deal with that
Charlie
whole.
Sheen would be a completely different movie.
all,
And when those people need tiger blood, they just gotta get tiger blood by winning.
Actually, tangent here. Do you think actually they'll do a whole flashback Uncle Ben scene
No.
at Homecoming?
No.
I really
Because they
hope not.
could still do it. I'm
They
glad
won't.
they didn't bring up like he's just dead, he's out of the way,
However,
and he's been.
however, given how young Aunt May is,
Yeah.
Jesus.
it could be Charlie Sheen.
I don't.
In which case, I will take that, please.
They won't, because if they do try to go with the line of Iron Man and Tony Stark and
Yeah.
Aunt May, it'd be really weird.
No, I mean I'm like a flashback moment for him because like
No, no.
Uncle Ben's not there.
But what I'm saying, it would be nicer for the storyline that if Tony Stark was to mosey in on.
Or
Aunt
like
May,
he become.
It would be no, that is it. But it would just be.
No,
more
I
like,
mean-
I would not. I would find it weird watching the Spider-Man story where Aunt May always has such regret and Spider-Man has such regret on the whole loss of
Yeah.
and then just Tony Stark just suave in, and then it's like, and because Aunt May is always so bent up about it,
Yeah.
she never really gets over it in most of the kind of
Except when she gets with Doc Ock.
Yep,
That actually
that does happen. The Spider-Man storyline has gone to some.
Isn't there
really
like
weird
a
stuff.
current
Better.
comic where Doc Ock dies but is inhabited?
Oh
by
wait,
Peter
that's
Parker's body?
Superior Spider-Man. He
That's crazy.
transfers his consciousness to Peter Parker and becomes Peter Parker. And being better Spider-Man, he gets a girlfriend. He sets up like spider bots and all that. And when it comes to the stage where like he gives Peter Parker like back his body, he transfers his consciousness to a robot. And just sticks around.
Yeah, so-
and now Peter Parker is Tony Stark, essentially. That's kind of the
That's-
problem I have with comics, which is like the comic association with Tony, which is ages
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Go and read whatever the fuck we do on YouTube now.
That's why I haven't read Civil War. I know there's like 7 issues.
Yeah,
in the main
I've
story,
only just read that.
But then there's like 50 other issues elsewhere, and so I don't
Yeah,
want to track
absolutely.
all them
It
down.
can be all over the place.
no, but for Homecoming, you think then Iron Man would essentially be the Uncle Ben role?
Yeah,
for-
I think he will. I definitely think he'll take kind of the fatherly, kind of the pseudo father role.
As close as Tony can get.
True. It kind of
We've seen
depends.
that in Iron Man.
It would be I think hopefully they'll go for kind of more lighter tone, kind of like a buddy cop film. That'd be kind of cool with Iron Man and just Spidey just kind of floating around the place,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like Iron Man is now retired.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have anything to do, so he might as well just go bug Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely.
No pun intended.
I didn't actually notice that.
Yeah,
Alright, so
I didn't notice it until 2 seconds. I was like, better mention that.
we done Black Widow there.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so
And are we moving on to?
I have Quinjet seriously.
Yeah.
Okay,
Going back
But
to
that's
Vision.
Vision, not Vision.
Vision.
Shoot.
It's like, okay, Vision, you're this omnipotent robot thing.
You're a being who can face through everything in 2 days.
How are the people going to leave the airport? Probably buy some.
Let's take down
aircraft.
the command tower
Yes,
so they can't
command-
get landing.
so yeah, they can't get permission.
landing.
They can't get landing permission. They
Or
can't-
take off permission.
Um,
That seems like a solid plan.
I just find that ridiculous.
I
If it's
can't
cloaked,
remember who it
It's not
was,
cloaked.
but there was someone, an article, or maybe it was a podcast I was listening to. We were talking about how Vision compared Vision in this movie to Vision in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
He's a lot more flawed,
sure.
and like what kind of effect is in Age of Ultron he's this omnipotent, all powerful.
Yeah.
Like he picks up Cap's or
Not
Cap,
Thor's hammer.
I don't think he'd be able to pick up Thor's hammer in this movie.
Actually, I think there's a different reason why you can pick that up, which I don't think anyone mentions.
Well,
He's a robot.
it's a whole elevator.
Then
It's
a robot can't be wordy, maybe.
No.
I apologise to our robot overlords listening to this in 30 years.
they're not taking over for another 20 years, but fine.
Yeah, there's like really
I'll still be
weird.
alive then. I don't want them to come back and punish me retrospectively.
Oh, kill you then, Finn. Turn around.
There's really weird rules to the hammer, naturally.
Of course.
One of the Thors is Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill.
He is a robot duck thing. He's not, as far as I'm aware, he's not an alien.
Okay.
So that's why he can. As far as I'm aware, he can pick up.
Because he's not worthy.
It's interesting.
No, because he's a robot. He's not living. See,
It's a whole elevator argument as well with Tony and
Well,
Cap
see-
do. It's like if the elevator goes up, it lifts the hammer, but it's not worthy.
No, see, because that's because the hammer's not being lifted.
Yeah.
The hammer is going up. Because you've also got to remember, the hammer was forged from the heart of a dying sun.
yeah.
So it's
They're really heavy,
really dense.
heavier than your planet.
Do you think
Can
actually?
confirm as a physics student.
Yeah.
Dying stars really dense.
Do you actually think Cap would actually wield the hammer sometime in Infinity Wars?
Yes.
Because you have like the Neo
Yeah,
nudge
they're gonna do
in.
They're going to do it. It's going to be awesome. That's why I think it kind of takes. No. See,
Can he after this though?
Yeah, because
Because like a lot's changed.
okay,
I
so
think
in this film,
this film
what
contains him a bit.
Yeah, no. In this film, what they wanted him to do was for me not to make this rant. Okay. In this film, he is meant to be. I did all of this. I went against the government, against the world. I went against people for the greater good.
Yeah. In
I
this
think
film,
bullshit.
it's for the bookie good.
Yeah. Whereas, in all fairness, I do. One good thing I do find is I do believe Captain is doing it for the reasons he wants to do them.
yeah,
I just think the ways we're meant to be pro him are just not good for us.
Alright.
So Quinjet seriously is kind of like, why didn't he just hit the Quinjet?
yeah,
What, like, because even shooting into that building and hopefully hitting something would take less effort than cutting down that control center. And
That's a real inconvenience for the airport.
yeah, like that too.
What a dick move.
And you go to this really open area kind of somewhat on purpose so that you don't hurt people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, if there's one person in that building, well, they're gone. There's no.
Yeah.
Also the same if there's a person in that Quinjet building as well. He shoots it, blows up
It's
like
a
it's
hangar.
dead.
It's
Yeah.
got one
Yeah.
jet in it.
Yeah. Stop hiding in a hangar, weirdo.
Could be someone maintaining it.
Maintaining
For
the Quinjet.
You never know. It's like, oh, you never know if some Avenger might need it. They're gonna have to keep it all up.
That was Captain America's ploy the whole time. You just kill someone, Tony. I left someone in there and you murdered him.
You are just as bad as me.
I am on the moral high ground. I have the high ground.
It's over, Tony. I have the high ground. So I guess next up is the whole end scene.
I suppose. Sorry, let me just double check my notes because I do have them slightly out of order.
No
so
die.
I have. Yeah, no, that's actually one of the last points, but that's kind of more of a discussion I suppose we can have.
Oh, do you want to talk that now with relation to what happens Rhodey in the fight?
Oh, I suppose. So yeah, Vision gets confused or he gets messed up by
Again, the fault's kind of showing.
yeah,
one-
and then he misshoots and hits a really small target instead of that really big
one.
target.
Yeah.
Which just kind of like
that's where the jet's up in the air, isn't
yeah, yeah.
God.
Huh.
And then he
the
doesn't-
power gem has the ability to blow up a planet, but the soul gem
Also-
can't let you shoot straight.
Also, why didn't he shoot twice? He just shot once and going like, what, the trauma of missing going, oh no, I can't do it now.
I love how he can't just catch Rhodey.
Yeah, I get it. He could have easily caught Rhodey.
Yeah.
He could also shot again. It's like, well, I'm gonna kill them now, and like, or even hit an engine. They're going down. I'll catch Rhodey there. I'm doing this and also being emotionally troubled at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I suppose one of the cool things you could say about his character development is that maybe he's gained humanity, which would be interesting. But
Yeah.
they don't. I am a big fan of throwaway lines in movies.
Yep.
So I don't think you have to explain things to people, but I think you need to tell them. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
You don't need a long 2-page speech as to
Yeah.
why he missed. It's just like, oh,
No,
I'm
that's-
I'm feeling poorly
Yeah,
today.
that's the anime approach. You don't need that.
It's nearly like it's nearly like they show the opposite. It's like when he walks into Scarlet Witch's room.
Yeah.
And she's
That
like,
sweater.
"Get out."
Yeah, it's
And-
like we've told you this, but like the door was
Yeah.
open, so obviously it's
Whereas
fine.
maybe he walked through the door. He's like, "Oh shoot, sorry, I meant to knock on the door," or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you could have done something maybe more like that as a kind of a throwaway, where walking straight into through the wall, you're kind of like, "Oh no one could do that, man. That's unfair."
I
so-
kind of like his reasoning, but like you said, when the door's closed and it's open, so obviously it's fine now.
Yeah, that does seem really silly.
But
you can see where his logic came
Yeah, you
from.
can understand, especially. It's also like when it comes to vision, you also need to teach someone like he has no assumptions that people actually have.
Yeah.
And he's also a person who can phase through solid matter. So tell
No,
him.
that's not true.
Oh, really?
No. The idea that he doesn't know anything is not true.
No.
Oh.
Because he was Jarvis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know
true.
what Jarvis did for Iron
Yeah,
Man?
he did a lot.
Everything.
And Jarvis should have known that not to phase through walls.
And if it's that many years later and he's that intelligent, I thought he would learn a few more things.
yeah.
Like
guess
how
I-
to shoot. And the big target and not the small target.
Yeah.
I'd think it's even more impressive that he actually hit Rhodey and not
Now
the
maybe you do like a switch where he shoots Rhodey and the Quinjet, and then there's like a mini Quinjet, which is not insane for the Avengers to have.
No,
Like
no,
you think
definitely
they'd
not.
have a get out of jail free card,
Yeah.
or like weird, like we built a shield that we knew would fight against your literal god weapon.
Well,
So that's
Actually,
that's kind of pointing to the thing I wrote down, which says no deaths.
how do you actually think about the whole prison scene with like Tony walking and everyone's like locked up and Hawkeye's doing his whole monologue?
Yeah,
thing?
I think that's even. I think the fact that Tony Stark goes to see him shows the strength of his character and is a tick to him. Because if he was actually felt bad about it, he wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, here, lads, I'm here. I'm gonna try and get you out.
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid. Like, you ultimately saved the world. We're not villains. And you're just kind of like, yeah, well done. You did not have to do it. You could have just been a hologram. You could have Star Wars did up.
In saying that, I did quite enjoy Hawkeye's berration of Tony.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Just
no.
coming in and just that slow clap. Here comes the futurist. Save us all.
So yeah,
He's
so like
behind.
I said, ultimately throughout all this, even though I am
And
giving
again,
out,
like, the great Paul Rudd.
Oh,
Just someone who's
yeah.
like, someone Tony never trust a start. Like, who are you again?
Yeah. Then again, he actually has good point to actually not trust his Stark due to
Yeah.
his father's dirty
Him.
dealings. Where were we?
We
Sorry.
were on
do
no
we
Oh yeah,
Tony.
so no deaths.
Rhodey.
I kind of like seeing Rhodey kind of. I think you need to kill one of the old cast.
I don't
'cause-
think so.
Well, I'm leaving this pod.
Finn, you're the new Paul.
Oh, is that an improvement or a downgrade?
Well, you're
You're taller, better looking, better beard, probably nicer
You have
hair.
a much
On the
better
other-
magic collection.
Yes.
Also, you have a better guarantee of showing up more often. So for podcast wise, it's an improvement.
I like that Rhodey didn't die.
I like that too.
Oh, that no characters died. I'd much prefer to see what stance to take in coming movies with Rhodey still around.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's you can't just wash your hands of it now. Like,
Yeah.
this is had an effect on him. This is going to change everyone's lives.
Sure.
I bet will have an effect on everyone that's there, but this will be like a constant reminder to Vision and to everyone on Iron Man's side.
Sure, yeah. I think
This could have been-
Rhodey's death would have been too easy because he's kind of a big character. No one really, not that no one cares for him, but like
Maybe
I
replaced
don't
him
know.
once.
I don't know. Like it's not like when Black Widow. Once there was one or two films, people were like, "We need a Black Widow film." No one was like, "We
No
need
one's-
a War Machine film."
one's
like,
clamoring for that.
or we
For
need
a
an Iron
Don Cheadle.
Patriots film.
Yeah.
Which actually would be cool upon a Titantron like an Iron Patriot. I think I would like to have seen one of the old cast members die. Just kind of.
It would have been between Cap and Tony, I say.
I'd say I'd like this. I'd like it to have been Cap. One kind of it's a nice hashtag spoilers. Nice throwback to the comics.
Yeah.
Not in the same. The way he dies in the comics is like the ultimate kind of give back, the ultimate release to that end comic.
Yeah.
Do you know how he dies in the comic?
No, it actually.
So
yeah.
I'll just full on
I'm
spoil
pretty
it.
sure I know who killed him.
Sure. So basically, the end sequence is Iron Man is Captain America is actually about to kill Iron Man. Like he is
Yeah,
full
like,
on
yeah.
about to.
Yeah, then he-
and the public pull him away,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
I have been such a fool. Look what I've done,"
Yeah.
and everything's on fire. And basically, he's coming out of a courtroom after saying, "Oh, I admit to these," and then someone shoots him. Like,
Really?
or is it crossbones?
You see,
I think it's meant to be implied to be crossbones, but it's meant to be a member of the public.
heard it was.
Or like Lee Harvey Oswald style. Nearly.
No, he just comes out of the ground.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a.
That's
yeah.
how Lee Harvey Oswald, like JFK's assassin, Lee Harvey
Oh.
Oswald, when he was bringing out the courtrooms, we just went up and just shot
Oh,
him
okay.
like on television.
Oh,
I think.
yes. Yeah, you're right about
Yeah.
that. I heard somewhere that it was Sharon Carter that kills him.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't. Maybe it is.
Maybe.
There's so much like comic stuff that I just can't remember.
It's
how
hard to keep everything on track.
But like maybe like I don't want that death because I think that happens a bit after. So like that
Yeah.
the problem with people have when they're reading the likes of these like Civil War comics is that it's like 10 different comics come into
Yeah,
the Civil
yeah.
War and then they branch back out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You would have to read maybe one or two more Captain America comics
No
again.
doubt.
I would have liked to have just seen. But basically, I think I've already mentioned this on the podcast, but I'm going to mention again where I would like to have seen a scene where Captain America passed away, and then in like Avengers.
Do we see his grave and like a stone moves?
Yes. No, you just see his arm come through the coffin, grabs his shield.
Sorry, I said I wasn't gonna go there. I went there again.
He comes back as a zombie. Whoa.
It's I was thinking more in Infinity Wars Part 1, the Avengers are now fighting Thanos, like, oh, they're not winning. Iron Man does this kind of like trick where he manages to somehow get the time gem off Thanos, and Thanos is like, oh, you're how did you do that? And you're going to pay for that. And then he goes to punch him, flash of like yellow light, because I think the time gem is usually yellow, I don't know why. And then it's Captain America is just there with the shield blocking Thanos' punch. It's massive wide shot, and there's like brilliant light just like pouring out of the shield around like the Avengers or whatever, and Thanos is like, what? And then everyone just gets like blown away, and that's
I think
like
the general public would go for it, because that's a very comic book thing to happen. Do you think the general audience going to that movie would?
if you're watching Infinity Wars Part 1, you've watched enough films to know that you need to be somewhat up on your knowledge.
I don't know.
Also, I think if you know the
MCUs
Avengers,
are well enough contained.
but I think you know the Avengers well enough to know that Captain America should be in it. If you're
Oh,
watching
yeah.
the start of the Infinity Wars and you don't, you're like, where's Captain America? And then you can also just do like a really like trivial thing at the start, like going through a list of names. I was like, all these good men we've lost, and then like Captain America is just like, or Steve Rogers just gets
Yeah.
flashed up. And now, if you don't know who Steve Rogers is, I'm
Oh, so
sorry,
that's your own fault.
don't watch these
That's-
films. Like,
yeah.
Or do I don't know. It's up to you.
Watch it, just don't.
That's what I would like.
Don't
to
turn
see.
to the person next to you every 5 minutes and ask what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
That would be my
I really
fantasy.
hate that.
Hell,
Fantasy comic book making.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
people turning around to me. I love talking in the cinema. I'm the worst for it. I'm like, oh my god, did you see that? And they're like, yeah, I'm right here.
Shut up, Paul. I'm gonna punch you.
special place in hell for you.
Do you have a
Shepherd
move on to your
would
last
say.
point?
Sure. Last point. I have more points.
Oh, this is going on for a while.
Um,
I like to get out eventually, Paul. You can't keep me captive forever.
Watch us.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Iron Man gets no vengeance, or no
Yeah.
Iron Man vengeance.
Yeah.
So it is revealed that Bucky kills his parents,
Dun dun dun.
and
Kind of hinted that heavily in
they
Winter Soldier.
go graphic on that. That is
Oh, yeah.
that is intense for the
Yeah.
for Marvel.
I really like that in Winter Soldier when talking to
The computer.
Zolan.
Yeah,
Zemo's
yeah.
this one, Zolan's the other. And he was like, we kill certain targets, and I'm pretty sure if it's not a picture of
I think like Stark
Starks,
comes up
or
at
if
some
it's not a
stage.
picture, it's his name.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Yeah.
newspaper
It's a nice
article.
little. I like that as a little hint.
Yeah.
Seeding stuff.
Yeah,
in
I
other
think it was like
movies.
I think newspaper article popped
Probably.
up.
But I just feel like this is one of these things where it's like Iron Man, like Captain America knows, and he admits he knows. I think maybe we shouldn't have him know that.
Yeah.
Because I think if Captain America gets shocked and you have Captain kind of like, what? Like, now this is a proper kind of splitting moment.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man and Captain America can confide it out. And Iron Man can get a good welling on him. Because if you had that news said to you, you would not be like, your friend goes, calm down about it. You would not.
No.
Like you would flip it, let him go mental, and then have Captain go, no, like, you know, and then maybe have this as kind of the gears turning where Captain's going, maybe I haven't thought about everything clearly as well.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you don't want to be like this. I know Bucky has done bad things. You don't want to be like him. And then you have Captain America then kind of going, okay, I've been a bit blinded. I'm going to kind of show that I've been blinded by going, no, we all can't just take things into our own hands. And it's kind of the release. It's kind of Captain's kind of getting what Iron Man's saying.
Yeah.
Iron Man's now going to get what Captain's saying.
And this is where
and then Iron Man can kind of refuse. You can have that cool three-way fight. You can still keep all this in, but
three-way fight.
Yeah, it's pretty epic. I would like I said, I would like to see a bit more of Iron Man. You said you wanted to say something on it.
No, yeah, you were talking about how just spectacular that scene when it's Iron Man in the middle, them on both sides,
yeah.
and they're tossing the shield.
That's brilliant.
That is one of the best shot scenes in the movie, in my experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it really is. The angle is great, and the kind of the falling to the knees and just like trying to block, and the real robotic as the suit slowly powering down.
Yeah.
No, it's very good, well done.
Yeah, and in another kind of going off your point of Iron Man not getting vengeance, the end of that fight, there's that one moment when Iron Man's bringing the shield down on Tony, like his face is exposed, the mask has been ripped off. That look in Tony's eye, it's like, oh God, he is about to kill me right now.
Yeah.
And like, you hands up. That scene almost makes the film for me. It's like,
true.
I can't wait to see. It's almost lessened slightly. I understand why they've done it, but lessened slightly by the letter Cap leaves him at the end. And it's like, if you need us, we'll be there. It's like, Tony, I don't think it's going to take a lot more than that for Tony to get that out of his head.
No, I know that was a good scene. I think the best scene in the film is when he goes, he's my friend, and he turns around and goes, but I thought we were friends. And you're just like...
So was I.
Oh my God. Oh, why? Tony, why? You don't have a wife, and now you don't have friends.
Because Pepper's...
Yeah, I know. Also, no one remembers that, and it's just like, Tony has a real crap in this movie. Like.
Yeah, he does. That moment's like, Pepper, we're pregnant? Oh, God, no. Some great comedy moments in this.
Yeah, no, they weren't afraid to pepper it in.
Yeah. The other two that stand out are actually it's Falcon and Bucky in the car.
Yeah.
Bucky's in the back seat and he asks Falcon to move the seat up and he just doesn't, and he shifts over. And then the others when Cap and Sharon finally get kissed. And
just the two of them nodding. Like, yes.
The old friend and the new best friend.
That was pretty good. No, you do actually make good point for the final scene. It would have, I say, worked a lot better if just Cap didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And you would have had like a proper conflict with him going like Bucky has done like horrible things, but Tony is going to go too far.
Because it also is the thing is that I'm not saying Tony Stark wouldn't have not gone out and looked for Winter Soldier after finding out about that, but if you tell someone that and they only have a split second of pure white rage to, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to start punching the dude in front of him. At least if you told him in a quiet room with a cup of tea in front of him, he'll get angry, he'll throw the tea at the wall, and he'll go out and he'll start flying, and he'll fly to bloody wherever. But like, he'll have to wait 6 or 7 hours to fly, and he'll go like, he'll then start ticking through this. He's not looking at the dude, looking at the footage of the dude who just did that in the same clothes with the same arm. Like, it's just tick. Iron Man.
The end of that could have actually worked a lot better.
It's one of those kind of things. I'm robbing this, I think, from the Weekly Planet, but it's arguments that could have been fixed in 5-minute conversations.
Yes.
Yeah. And which is kind of the Batman versus Superman syndrome. Kind of
course.
You can kind of spin that fight to kind of get away with it, but it is kind of those 5 minutes conversation. And
one thing that we actually haven't, I don't think I've bar like one or two brief mentions, we haven't actually talked about Zemo.
Yeah, true. I actually think he's really good throughout the whole film.
Yeah. He's a great film. Maybe not quite Loki and character-wise.
See, I think he still suffers from like Marvel villains where they just don't put time, but he's not like going like, I'm going to take over the world. He is like there going, I'm doing the
so
one
personal,
thing. Yeah.
Which is great because it is quite a personal movie.
Yeah.
Well, I like to say this, that his plan was like a good lasagna. Many layers.
Yeah.
But if one falls apart, it all fails.
Not quite. And I like how like the bait and switch of it, and You know, it's like
Yeah.
you're leading up to there's going to be multiple Winter Soldier type guys.
I say most people do, like, when it came up to that scene, we're thinking like, they're going to be fighting all of these. That's going to be the big final fight.
This is our two heroes that are fighting, and a third hero fighting this mysterious force. In Batman versus Superman.
But it also could have done, like, they
To
could
find
have
a
really,
resolution.
like, something that would really annoy you about this film is that if they gone, our two people who we hate each other, being Winter Soldier and Tony Stark, are forced to fight with each other to kill and then they're all buddies at the end.
Yeah.
Where at least in Batman versus Superman, like, they kind of gained an
realise.
appreciation for each other.
True.
There was more of a misknowledge there of what each other's, like, true intentions were. Where I still genuinely think Bucky's a bad dude who tried to murder people
Yeah.
and gets away.
But Archie, on the note of no death, even Zemo doesn't die.
Yeah, he
but
gets thrown to jail.
But his lack of death is good.
It's really good.
Yeah, because he just doesn't get away with it then.
Yeah, he doesn't get away with it. It also gives more time with Black Panther as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he gets a resolution, he gets his character brought forward as well.
It's great. I did like kind of back and forth between, like, what's the second Ross played by Martin Freeman.
Oh yeah,
Like, he's going like, do you have anything else?
Someone with an American accent.
Yeah, like, yeah, but like he's
I'm
like
sorry.
he's like standing there going like, just like saying like, do you have anything else to say? Like, look what you've done. What does it really accomplish? You haven't done anything. And Damon's response like, haven't I? It's like, he's done a lot of damage, which is great.
Bar offing himself at the end, his plan was finished.
Yeah.
He done what he wanted to achieve.
You know, but like he technically he's actually done more damage to the Avengers than anything they've ever actually faced before, which is pretty impressive for just one guy who's literally gone like, my family died because of you, I'm going to enact revenge.
And this is these it's full circle, people. The repercussions.
I had a really like a Scooby-Doo moment where at the very end he pulls off his mask and it's the mother from the beginning of the movie. I would have got it away there for you dafty Avengers.
I feel like Shaggy and Scooby's Bucky and Cap, but which one's Scooby? I'm for Bucky is Scooby, Captain is Shaggy.
No, Bucky's got to be Shaggy.
Yeah.
If either of them are Stoner, it would
it would be actually Shaggy.
Cap's never touched pot.
Vision.
But he's done a shit ton of drugs.
That is true.
Right,
gotta get that American serum.
Do you want any final thoughts there, lads?
This isn't really anything. Well, it is something bad about the film. The final sequence when he goes in to save everyone, that scene they skip would have been a better movie than the movie we saw.
I don't. It would have been.
It would have been an amazing action
definitely
set
not
piece
enough for a movie. I would have loved to just like a 30-minute short. That's just that breakout. You know,
I think
TV
that would
episode
take
or
too
something.
much money though.
Oh, it would.
Because
It's never going to happen.
Their shorts are awesome, but they're somewhat low budget.
Yeah. Yeah. But I could.
Do you want to add anything else there, Finn?
I will consult my notes.
Yeah, you got a nice little notebook there. It even fits in your pocket in your shirt.
I suppose just
Very nice.
while Finn just brings us up, I find that Black Panther's turn at the end, kind of U-turn, kind of. I don't really like. It's a bit. I get it. He kind of like realizes Bucky is, and then he kind of like lets everyone live in magical Wakanda, and you're just kind of like, and here they're the only people who think about putting Bucky on ice for I think the likes of, like, I always said this once or twice, like the combined powers of Tony Stark and all the major medical people in the world, really they couldn't have done that too.
See, at the time it was only Stark as well, because Doctor Strange wasn't out.
Yeah, I don't want to say Doctor Strange, but they know of him.
Yeah,
they know he's a great surgeon.
Again, hint of that in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, for weird reasons now when you go back.
Yeah,
because he's not the Sorcerer Supreme then.
No,
it's just a surgeon.
So why are they mentioning him?
Because he's a great surgeon.
Yeah, but why do you?
But why is he on some
Hydra
hit
kill
list?
his surgeon?
Oh, that's
what kind of algorithm is that using? He does even before he's crippled.
Oh yeah.
I thought is that like with the massive jets to kill everyone? Isn't that like Hydra just killing everyone that like just goes against their ideology?
Anyone that they perceive as a threat.
But Stephen Strange wouldn't go against. He would never go. Like, if to be honest, chances are if Hydra said, "We'll fix your hands," you probably wouldn't. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
GG, sign me aboard. Sorry, do you have anything there, Finn?
No, I don't have any.
That notepad was brilliant. Why you hyped up the notepad and
Because
nothing?
he consulted it earlier.
And
He
put it
did.
back.
I'm
Paul's full of
confused.
shit.
I'm actually. Damn it!
No, I do have the whole Paul enemy of consciousness. Because that's another great comedic bit in the movie when Ant-Man's running around in Iron Man's armor.
Yeah, that was.
Also another point just to say that was great. Giant Man.
Oh, that was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have preferred to see it in The Wasp, but I'm
Okay,
happy to
interesting.
see it there.
And actually, that's
That's going this
they
year.
wouldn't.
Is
Yes.
it?
No.
No, next
it's
year.
next. This year is
It's
Guardians 2,
Ragnarok
Ragnarok, and Homecoming.
and Deadpool 2 and Logan.
Also,
yes.
just mentioning there real quick. Yeah, the Avengers don't know where the Hulk is.
Or
that would be-
Thor.
that would be no. We know
Oh,
where
yeah.
Thor is. They know
Jeez.
he's in Asgard, but like. Really, you're meant to be like this super world
Well,
police that we can trust,
he-
and you don't know where the scariest, biggest, greenest dude is.
Well, see,
you guys suck as a world
Well,
police.
there is that. Is it a moment?
It's Ross when he's like telling like Hap going like do you know where Banner's location is? And Rogers, because we'd be pretty worried if we didn't know where a 10 megaton nuke is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of that comparison.
Yeah.
Like I'm. He mentions like
I think
Thor and like Hulk there. It's like Thor. It's like he's an alien. He's not human citizen. So why should they know? Hulk I do kind of get, but that's the other problem with me. Like going, why do you have to surveil everyone and know everyone's exact location? People deserve their own privacy. On the other hand, Hulk has a strength to demolish countries.
Yeah.
The Hulk
And
does not deserve
planets,
it.
and planets, depending on his power
Yeah.
level, whatever you want to
Yeah.
go to.
Oh well, yeah, when he gets really angry, but that's in a storyline where
Is that
he
World War
gets-
Hulk?
Yeah, he gets tricked into a plane and sent away.
Yeah.
His newfound family that he governs over a gladiatorial planet gets blown up by said ship.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I hate
finds a
you,
way
Stephen
back,
Strange. And then he crushes Stephen Strange's hands into an epic scene. Hashtag spoilers for Planet Hulk.
Alright, I think that's about it.
Yeah, we must have been talking for a while.
An hour and a half.
Oh,
That's unedited though. It's unedited.
You'll
Dude,
easily
just-
find 50 minutes at the end. of us.
There's a good bit of crap
Ripping
I'm going to be
each other.
taking out and throwing it out there
Excuse me,
somewhere.
that's all perfection.
Perfection.
My
is
build
that
machine
perfection?
was- well,
Is that perfection?
well, it doesn't give out to me for looking at it.
Well, thanks again, Paul, for coming around.
But no, I had a lot of fun. I like I said, I didn't want this to be like just a hating on Civil War. It is a lovely spectacle. I think we had a fun discussion about it, really.
Yeah, and thanks for appearing, Finn, for the first time. Hopefully, we'll get you on for more, or you could just be here in the back.
Well,
just
he was
being
good.
against.
He was good black and to my white, so I enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
You white to your
You
back,
can be
'cause I'm
just.
in the right.
you can be just here to counter everything Paul says. If you want that job, it's
I'll
open.
need to get some more counter spells.
Yeah, here we
I only run 7 in my deck.
Alright, that's an end of another day in Nerd Culture. I think this is episode 8 or 9 or 10 or 1 for all we care.
or 10 part A.
10 part
I
A.
still think this might be a 2-parter.
No, I'm not doing 2-parters. Not yet. It's not that long. It was 3 hours in yeah, obviously. But I don't know 2 parts yet.
Right,
So,
Finn, whip out the Red Bull. We're going for another hour and a half, people. Let's go.
I can't get rid of
Yeah,
that
we
whole
could.
bottle scratch. It hears it. It puts it up. So what? What?
Leave me alone, Dad. Just you come to me. You're like, Paul, I need to do a podcast,
And I'd ridicule you for everything.
And if you,
This
if
is
you,
in fact episode 9.
Okay, it's episode 9. This will be episode 9. It'll be coming up normal times. Web. So thanks again for watching. Next week I don't know what'll be going on. It's like something and
Figure something out.
no more, Paul. I'll talk to you another time. Next week, I don't know. I'm a bit behind schedule of thinking up new topics, but we'll continue on for this weekly process whatsoever. Next Wednesday, there should be an interview with me with the music band called Crow Black Chicken. I'll be interviewing them the week of this recording, so look forward to that on Wednesday. So until next time, have a good day.
bye.
Bye-bye.